Happy 4th of July. Aloha Friday, everyone. The local swell tracker taking a peek to last Saturday when we saw a storm spinning up here to the north of us. The animations, you can see it gained strength by Monday the 30th, and that's what brought us into 3.5 feet at Laniakea Wednesday afternoon. Yep, it got a foot overhead. It was 60 guys out with beautiful conditions. We will not see any from this broad spinner here, but we will see something on Monday from this guy over here, just a 2-foot west-northwest swell if we're lucky. But hey, the North Shore, the jet stream has been lower than normal, and though it's been weak, it has allowed for a pressure gradient, keeping the trades around, and some of these storms have been enhanced enough to bring us out of the mill pond doldrums for the country. The tropics are alive, and so are waters off of the Philippines here in about 6 to 7 days. But there's the three beauties. We're getting the swells from the right and from the left, not the center one. Now getting to the current models we see today, a big, strong storm building off the Philippines that will be reaching landfall and be bringing giant waves to Taiwan, etc., and bringing some swell, of course, to the Philippines. I'll click in the animations, but right now you can see a lot of blues. High pressure is dominating. There's a high pressure just to our northwest and one to our northeast, further northeast, and here we go, letting the models run. This is the most significant storm in the entire Pacific, possibly the whole ocean, here over the next 7 days, and that's why we mention it. And we also have a storm coming off the tropics from Baja marching our way, and it seems to be keeping its strength as it nears to us, so we'll be seeing a longer period east swell, especially for the Big Island, week after next. But take a look at that. So we do have some action, but that's it. No real northwest swells as high pressures are dominating most of the entire North Pack here. Now we'll do the South Pack. This guy right under Tahiti here is what brought us up to near 4 feet on that last south swell. It was pretty fun. It is down to 2 feet now. It's just remnant stuff. These are surface winds, and they're just, basic gales, so we didn't have any long period swell like we have coming up. Let's roll those animations. It actually tracks south. This is the guy that brought those giant waves for the Peru Billabong event that Makua Rothman won. And then we see a lot of storms coming up the Tasman Sea. So let's let these keep running. So this is the old swell. This is their swell. If that was over off the east coast of New Zealand, we'd be seeing 10-foot waves. And then a ton of troughing and fetches in the Tasman Sea for the long haul here, shifting the direction from south, which it has been, to more of a southwest to south-southwest. We'll get to today's current outlook. We're not seeing much from this guy right here, but it'll lend support of maybe 3 feet next Saturday, the 12th. There's a storm bringing us up this week from the south-southwest. That is expected to reach us Wednesday with 2 feet 16 seconds, about 208 degrees on that guy. Fiji will be cranking 12 feet minimum, maybe 15 off of that. This guy's running right into New Zealand, and you can see their tracks. Okay, so those are the next significant swells, and then this is going to be the final finisher here, and likely to be July's best surfing episode. This guy comes up off the Ross Ice Shelf here on Monday the 7th, and by Monday the 14th, buoys are currently showing 4 to 5 feet at 16 seconds. Even if they downgrade that, we are still looking at high surf advisories from this guy. Kicking it in, you can see it has that northeast tilt right up towards the equator. That's a captured fetch. The fetch is right in line with the center storm's track, allowing for greater sea growth, reaching its maximum potential. There are some 35-foot seas in that guy. As he moves up, he does broaden, but look how far north the fetch noses way above New Zealand. It'll be a long-lasting event of about 5 days. Forerunners will kick off with 20 seconds approximately thereof on Sunday the 13th, peaking Monday and Tuesday into the middle of the month at well overhead levels, and we will keep you posted as we get closer. Long-range forecasts can be downgraded, as we saw 2 swells ago. All right, taking a look at the jet stream, you can see the North Pack jet stream stretching all the way across to the northwest coast. We have been seeing some minor storm activity within this area. It breaks up as time goes on, which is more indicative of the season. We actually got lucky just now. Down under, we can see the northern branch being dominant. It has been primarily in the Tasman Sea as of recent. And in the long haul here, as we get towards the end of our 7-day forecast, you can see that sweep up towards the equator right there. And that'll hopefully be bringing us up that 3 to 5, maybe 6 foot south to south-southwest swell towards the middle of the month. Okay, taking a look at the surface charts, there's that high pressure here. The ridge is fairly close to the islands. There's the high pressure over here. We are in an overall very dry, stable, although that we do see some clouds coming up from the southwest. I'll show you that in a second. But the pressure gradient is pretty steep, and that's why we see fresh pace trades. They may weaken just a little bit because of the pressures here, weakening that ridge from this high pressure off to our northwest. But again, still very nice weather. Trade winds sticking around for the long haul. In fact, they'll be ramping up again next week. It's a pretty interesting scenario for this time of year. Okay, now we'll jump up to the upper levels, and we do have some troughiness off to our southwest here. We are seeing the clouds, upper level clouds, being pulled up from this angle, and that's why we're not seeing total sunshine. Hopefully this won't be blocking us because the clouds are fairly high. The brown regions are showing the drier, stable, sinking air. As I was showing you all those lows up here in the North Pac, you can see the blues associated with those low pressures. Although none bringing us any big waves, but they're still up there. And here's a prettier version of it. You can see the lower levels sweeping in from the east to northeast, leading to more typical cloud cover. As we drill down, I'll tell you highs are upper 80s, lows about mid 70s. It's just a spectacular day. This really shows you the two cloud features that the Hawaiian Islands are seeing right now. Most of the cloudiness is coming from the upper level, not those lower levels coming from sweeping in from the trade wind angle. And take a look how dry we are. The colors you see down here are just showing the instruments. This isn't actual rainfall, but we do see the wettest area to the southeast of the Big Island, which the National Weather Service has pegged. And that is the local swell tracker. We're looking really good for town, and even the North Shore is going to wake up a little bit on Monday from the west-northwest. See you back here in 10 days. Aloha.